Do you want to learn a new redirection technique that works? Hi, I'm Joanna, and I'm a dementia expert, and I've been caring for people with dementia for 20 years. And I want to talk today about using the redirection technique called substitution, not subtraction. And this is a technique that I learned from Teepa Snow, who I highly recommend you following. But I'm going to give you a couple examples. Basically, substitution, not subtraction, is giving something else instead of taking something away. And it works a lot better than trying to say no or removing something from someone when they can't have it. So a couple times we've used this. We had one resident who, it was like her shutoff valve for eating was just not there anymore. So she would eat and eat and eat and eat. And we see this a lot with people with frontotemporal dementia or impulsive type behaviors like that. And so what would happen is everything that was out on the counter, whether it was anyone's, she would eat it. In fact, she even reached her hand into the oven one day when I was taking a tray of cookies out, and she would take a cookie. So it got to be really dangerous. So what I did was, I went and bought some Dum Dum suckers because she loves sweets. And every time she went in for someone else's food item or drink item or something like that, instead of just taking it away from her, I would just bring her a sucker and I would say, "Here, do you want a sucker?" And then when I gave her that sucker, then I could take away the thing that she had that was someone else's. And that worked so much. It was a huge win for her, because then we weren't arguing with her. And yeah, she was eating a lot of suckers, but she was happy and she wasn't getting into other people's food, so they weren't angry. And then another way we used this was we had another resident, same sort of situation where she was wanting to eat a lot of food and she was gaining a lot of weight, and the family was kind of concerned about it. This was in a home care client. And so she would go into the kitchen and be looking for food. And instead of us going in there and being like, "No, you can't have anything," the caregiver would go in the other room and say, "Oh my gosh." And she would come in there as soon as she said, "Oh my gosh," right? And then when she came in there, she would use whatever it was, painting on the wall or some flowers or really whatever. You can say, "Oh my gosh, these flowers look so real. What kind of flowers are they? Do you think they're good?" Or "Smell these flowers," or "Oh my gosh, this painting looks like it might be a Monet. Is it a Monet?" Really whatever you can talk about. It's just a matter of redirecting. And so you never said no to the thing, but you just redirected them to something else. And this substitution, not subtraction technique can work in so many areas. Tell me in some areas that you think it could work for you. Hope that helps.